Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. It's the witching hour. My. Have some of us been busy on the horn? I find it very interesting that people just don't know when to be quiet, do not know when to stay in their lane and just stop talking. Have something to prove to the world. Really, you don't have anything to prove. But that's neither here nor there. Hello, dear. How are you? Thank you for joining me. This commentary is pertaining to Boy H's father. He's been on the horn saying a lot of things, telling the world about who you are yourself. Just very interesting. What a world we live in. My. Now we got other people crying and moaning. I don't know what to say. Just very, very sad. I want to play you all something. I think it's so befitting of the BS that's transpiring right now on YouTube pertaining to this case out of Rogersville, Tennessee. Thank you for joining me. All right. What in the hell is going on with this man? Now he's got cronies crying and moaning on the tube about this and this. Let me say this, because as I've told you all, I don't put Summer Wells' name in my videos only when it's marking the anniversary of a new month. And this buffoonery that's transpiring is ridiculous. What is with you people coming out wanting to be relevant? You are a non-motherfucking factor. You ain't missing. Are you missing? Because if you were missing, you couldn't talk. Yeah, I was trying to go to sleep, but AB's video came up in the queue while I was looking at my phone, and I said, oh yeah, I'm up now. And I'm going to sleep real good when I get done with this live. What in the hell is wrong with you fella? You see, this is what you and you other crazy people don't seem to understand. If you keep your mouth closed, there would be no problem. There would be no backlash. There would be nobody bothering you, because you have to remember one thing. Nobody knew you. Ting. Nobody sent for you. Nobody called your name. So therefore, when you decided to come out and started talking, whatever it was, because see, I don't jump from channel to channel, table to table. I'm a big girl, ain't got that kind of time. And I'm not a table hopper. You put yourself out there. So now it's a problem of your associates upset, saying that people are bashing you and all that. Well, all you had to do was lay in the cut and be still. Now, you act like you're from the street, so you should know what the cut means, right? It's called a little corner. You fall way back. You fall way back. You see, too many people have immersed themselves in this case. Neighbors, ex-co-workers, so-called friends, so-called associates, of the Wells. Now we have this father of one of the children who was with a possible suspect and her now missing child. Yeah, I said that. So what's the problem? You see somebody discussing your foolishness, but you got to go live. That lets me know right there you clout chasing. What you got to go live about? Because you heard your name. Well, the devil is supposed to hear his name. Yeah, I said that. And you picking and choosing who you want to put on blast up here on YouTube. Well, my thing is this. I'm going to say it again. Nobody sent for you. And the things you're saying in the live as of late, why you got to tell everybody you're bisexual, your brother's gay? Did he want people to know that? I don't care if he's out of the closet, but did he want everybody to know? Your mother's gay. You got to tell that. You're hollering at kids on the live, which is very unprofessional. And I'll say that to anybody that goes live. Put all pets, children, nosy neighbors, put them up. Because it's just unprofessional. Now, if you are going live about your life, then maybe it's appropriate. But then I forgot. You're not really talking about anything, so maybe it is appropriate for you. Oops, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. See, there's no noise in my background because it's just the queen here. So it's befitting that there's no noise because I'm coming up here to handle business. You, on the other hand, just talking to be talking. And as anybody who's following the case knows, it's not about the child. It never was. That's why she's missing in the first place. But you have now taken it to a new level. And I bank on everything I've said about you because I told the truth. My truth. Truth as I see it. You had no business coming out saying anything about your son, period. Especially in a negative light. And now all you can do is sit and go live and just telling all your personal business. Why? And the one comment that you made in your live that really pissed me off was, did y'all know Summer before she went missing? Well, how the hell would we have known her? We are random people, either a YouTuber or a commenter. So how would we have known Summer? How would we have known Oprah Winfrey? Anybody famous? Anybody in the world? How would we know them? That is the stupidest question. Did y'all know Summer beforehand? Did you know her? Because it looks like to me you just met her on a one-time trip. So really, you didn't know her. You act like you was coming to Tennessee every other week, every other month, spending time with the girl's family, the Wells. You dipping in, dipping out, taking the kids to the amusement park, the zoo. Man, miss me with all this extra shit you doing. You people kill me coming out a day late, dollar short. Then you testifying before the court without an attorney, without your personal business, which to me is so uncouth. There is no way I'm going to sit up here and just go on and on and on about all my personal business. Now, there's times the queen can get real and tell some little stories. But then there's certain things I ain't going to tell because it ain't nobody's business. Because that's the thing about being up here. People are going to judge you no matter what you say and don't say. If you read the news verbatim, somebody going to be in the comment section complaining if you leave the comment box. Do you understand? Even if you don't give your commentary. But I don't like your style. I don't like the fact that you're an alleged parent and you came out here and doused your son with gasoline saying that he was a liar. That's what you said. Then you sitting there telling all your personal business and family business. Then you had the nerve to mention the issue about nobody knowing Summer beforehand, which was a stupid comment. Then you got the nerve to talk about HIPAA law and what you can't talk about your daughter, but then you told the world she had ADHD. Well, that's a personal thing she got, so you broke protocol when you mentioned that. What the hell are you saying? What is wrong with you people? Then you got these other people jumping out of clown cars, crying and moaning at somebody bashing you. Why didn't nobody send for you? That's the point of the story. Is nobody sent for you and these other people who are non-motherfucking factors. You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. So your friends, associates can't complain about something you put yourself in. You put yourself in this situation. Nobody never knew who you were except for your baby mama and your son and possibly Candace. But Candace wasn't talking about you. I don't believe Donald was talking about you. So you put yourself out here. So now why are these people coming out rodeo style crying and moaning that somebody's talking bad about you? You put yourself out here. You don't have nothing to do with the case. You talking about you came to defend your son. You came to defend Jose. Well, let me tell you about what you did, because I don't think you've been looking in the looking glass. Because you see, when you inside the glass, you can't see out good as somebody on the other side of the glass looking in. Let me tell you what it looks like from my side, looking through the glass. You're a clout chaser. Is what you are. You're no different than the people that you're talking about up here. Okay? You want to be seen. You want to be relevant. For what reason? Your child got immersed in a case fooling with a grown woman. That should be bad enough. Where do you fit into this equation? But now it's a problem because somebody's talking about you. But this is what you wanted, right? Wasn't that the purpose of going live? Is to be seen? I thought that's the purpose of going live. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I'm relevant. But you're not. Because if you had any sense, you lay in the cut and be quiet. But you can't do that. You like everybody else. And everybody else now that's rooting for you, crying and moaning about somebody bashing you. You did this to yourself. Nobody even knew who you were to judge you. So now we know more about you than we ever knew. And let me tell you this much. Somebody in the chat asked you if Jose was gay. You said, nah, he ain't. Well, we got to jog our memory back to what Candace said about her. Chicks with you know what. And now you coming out telling us you bisexual. So why would people think that Jose wasn't bisexual? Come on with it, Queen. They don't hear you. And it ain't saying that a bisexual can't have straight friends. We know they can have straight friends. Because at one time, they was perpetrating as a heterosexual. So therefore, the people they hung with were alleged heterosexuals. Come on, Queen, school them. They ain't ready. So this BS you talking about, he ain't gay, he ain't bisexual. Well, I always wondered about you anyway, long time ago. But I didn't dwell on it because I didn't know you. And I didn't know nothing about you. But the first thing I said was, if Candy is telling the truth, Candace rather, about Jose, liking that nasty term she used, how did he get hooked up with Andrew? And we know that birds of a feather flock together. And you already letting us know it's in your DNA. So why would I think you wouldn't be gravitating toward other bisexual and homosexual men? Well, I mean, what planet you think I'm from? And this is not to throw shade on Jose, but this is what happens when people run their mouth and tell stuff that they shouldn't be telling. So we can thank Candace for getting the ball rolling about Jose liking alleged women with ding-dings. And then now here you come up from the dust, testifying before the court once again without a lawyer, telling us about your sexual preferences, this and that. So then that makes me wonder about your wife. I'm sitting here thinking, well, damn, he married? So now I'm questioning that. Why would a woman want to marry a man that's bisexual? Well, I'll be damned. So you see, you are bringing all this out for people to question your motivation for speaking and now divulging your own personal business, which is none of our business. But now you've made it our business. So now we've left the story of a missing child out of Rogersville to Hood Rat City. And yet people want to sit up and judge other people for talking about certain content. Well, don't give people anything to talk about. Okay? That's how I look at it. I know people are going to judge us. People are going to judge anything that you say up here on the wire. That's just what people do. They're not going to like what you're saying. They're not going to like how you said it. They're not going to like the color shirt you had on. That's just the way it is up here. There's always a complaint. But what you're doing is totally different than somebody bringing content about a certain storyline. You're not up here reporting on missing people, true crime, breaking news. You're running off the back of your son being immersed in possibly a murder mystery, and the mystery pertaining to a little girl. So this is how you're going to get your likes and views off a 5-year-old missing and your son. Ting. Double threat. So who's disingenuous now? Who's disingenuous now? And all that fast talk them folks were saying in that live, talking about hate and talking nasty about other people, they hateful, they this, and talking about the devil. Well, how we know you're not working for the devil? You and your friends. You all got a lot of nerve to sit up and talk bad about some people when you've immersed yourself in this chaos that you didn't have to come out and say nothing because you didn't come out the gate proper. It'd be different if you came out the gate proper. You didn't even come out the gate proper. And then you got these people talking about, that's my friend, he my friend, and I can't believe they're hating on him and they're doing all this. So you pick 2 YouTubers you want to throw gasoline on. Well, I didn't hear my name, but I'm sure after this video, my name will probably come up. But I can tell you, I ain't what you want. Because I keeps it 100. See, I don't table hop and channel hop. I don't go looking for stuff to go make up and pass as rumors. Because that's all this case has been built on. But you don't have to tell everybody in the world your personal sexual business, preferences, because in the end, what point are you trying to make? That's what I'm confused about. What is your point for coming forward? Because you say, well, it's because I don't want people talking bad about my friend and my son. Well, I've upheld your son. Some people think he's involved, a liar. I never said that. Because like I told people, he's a 15-year-old kid. And that's how people need to revere him, is as a child. But I do believe he's been brought up in a not so great environment. And now listening to you come forward and speak and tell all your personal business and talk about your child's personal business, I don't think you a good fit either. And that's my personal opinion. That's my opinion. And it's not to say you ain't a nice guy on this day, but recently your commentary has not been nice. How about that? As the good scripture says, don't hate the sinner, hate the sin. You see, we are all flawed, sir. Let me make that clear. We all got sins. We've all done things that we really wouldn't want nobody to know we've done. And most of us would prefer to take it to the grave, but you're not that somebody. You wide open. And that's your preference. You got a channel, you want to tell all your business. That is your preference. But where I have the problem with you is, as I've said in my past lives, is when it came to dousing gasoline on Boy H. That's where I had the problem. And now hearing all this other stuff, you talking all this crazy stuff, hell no. What children need to be around you in your peripheral? And yeah, content came forward with you hollering in the background. That's content you brought. We didn't go look for that. We didn't search for that. You on a live fussing at your kids about some kittens and all this kind of stuff. That's your choice. Maybe you should put a sign up on your door saying, now filming, please be quiet. Do not knock on the door. Ting. I don't understand why everybody and their mama wants to come out all of a sudden. 7 months in to this child being missing. And now everybody is jumping out of clown cars, wanting to be heard, wanting to be seen, giving a version, this and that. This is sad to me. Very, very sad to me. Because you all are not the storyline. You're the punchline, but you're not the storyline. The story is about a 5-year-old baby girl missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee. And it's become the gong show pertaining to her bio donors and their associates. And now here you come, a day late, dollar short, giving commentary about your son in a very disheartening way. And I don't see that you're concerned for Boy H, and that's my personal opinion. Yes, we do. We love you, Summer. Because she's the star of the show, not none of you. So all this throwing daggers at everybody else about what they're saying about you on their channel, this and that. The point is, nobody even knew you existed. You were just a name mentioned periodically in videos. Nobody knew you in YouTube land. Nobody knew where you lived. Nobody knew your age. Nobody knew how you looked unless they went looking at your Facebook page. But other than that, nobody knew you. So see, to cry and moan now, weeks into jumping on YouTube to be seen, it's ludicrous. And I think it's sad. I think it's very sad. But like they say, you're entitled to do whatever you want to do on this platform. If you want to talk about kittens and dogs and, you know, holler at your kids and yell and fall down and roll in the floor, pretend you're on fire, that's your personal preference. But don't make up shit that didn't happen. You and your associates. Nobody came looking for you. Nobody came looking for your associates. You all immersed yourselves into this storyline. Nobody came looking for you. So you don't have the right to pass that as fact, because it's not fact. Because I didn't even know who you were until somebody put you up in their video. So that lets you know how important you were to the queen. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ began you. 129 Cash App, all super chats are welcome in this live. 1 second, please. Just, you people have no respect for yourselves. You're always talking bad about somebody else, what they got to say, but you gave them something to talk about. So that sounds like a personal problem to me. You know, don't go crying about stuff when you're the orchestrator of the gossip. That's all I have to say about the situation. It's just you, all you people are just sick to me. You have no respect for yourself. You're welcome, honey. Thank you all for joining me. No respect. Thank you, sweetheart. Just stuff I wouldn't even dare tell people about myself. But I didn't want people knowing my business. Whether I was in the closet, out the closet. I just think certain things you ain't got to tell folks. I mean, well, what is the relevance? It just makes no sense. All this stuff you people are doing. Just like you're just doing stuff just to make money. The same money you complain that everybody else is making off videos. Well, isn't that what you're doing? Giving people a reason to come to your channel, to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. That's a view you get. Even if they don't like what you're saying, it's still a view. People bold. I feel sorry for all these kids. Every fucking kid. From Kingsport to New York to the Wells boys. I feel sorry for all of them. Man. What a waste. 183 in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the link if you have some commentary you'd like to give to the house respectfully pertaining to these shenanigans. I'm going to try to make this my last video pertaining to this bullshit because I'm not with none of this. I'm not with them. I'm not with them little dusty ass crows that came to Tennessee stirring up trouble. And this right here, what you're doing with your son, talking about your son like a fucking dog. There's no way in the world I believe that your son could be with you and you done talked about that boy like a fucking dog. I'm a right fighter for these kids. Maybe your view of child rearing is different than what I think it is. And by no means am I a perfect person, but I would never come out and say that my child lied or the interview was bullshit. I would have never done that. And then yet these people are sitting here talking about somebody's bashing you. We didn't even know you. You came out to the world, literally. So how's it our fault? Man, you people are brazen, man. But these are the kind of people that's always fucking complaining about, somebody did this, they talking about me, they did this to me. You did this to yourself. We don't even know you. Crazy. Just crazy, man. I feel sorry for all these kids. I'm going to say it in this live. Yes, I do. And I ain't taking it back. I'm a very good listener. And I'm a very good judge of character. And rarely am I wrong about a person. This is clout chasing all damn day. Off of the backs of a 15-year-old boy and a 5-year-old missing girl. And all of you should be shameful to even be running your mouth talking about anything because nobody knew any of you. We didn't send for you. We didn't ask for you. We're hoping and praying that this child is found. And this is what the fuck you want to bring out? Then you got the nerve to sit up and say, we didn't know Summer. You didn't know her. What you know about her, sir? Since you got to be a smart ass. What do you know about Summer Wells? Enlighten us. Matter of fact, since we all got it wrong, the next time you go live, why don't you make a video dedicated to Summer Wells telling us who Summer Wells is? Present tense. How about that? You make a Summer Wells tribute video telling the world who she is. I look forward to seeing your commentary. Yes, the devil thrives on conflict. Amen. DTC, what are you talking about? GGW, what are you talking about? Beverly, I wasn't either. The only way I knew what he was talking about is because AB's video came up in the queue and I watched the content. But other than that, I'm not going over there to look for nothing. I have no reason to look for anything over there. I ain't lost nothing over there. And the people that's following in behind them with this, crybaby shit, I ain't looking for them either. Because it's amazing how people are so gullible to fall in behind people, believing anything that they say. Oh, they seem nice, and oh, he's my friend, and oh, he's a great person, and blah, blah, blah. It's just like what I said. He might be great today, but the other day he was not. You're talking bad about your child. You are not great. So how about giving your child an apology? How about that? Boy H, I'm sorry for talking about you on social media. I didn't have any business talking about you being a liar. I had no business discussing anything pertaining to the case because it is an open investigation. I apologize. I also apologize for telling the world that my child has ADHD, which, as somebody said, many people do, but it's still pointless to mention it and then put the HIPAA law into the same sentence. So if you're going to tell us somebody got ADHD, then you might as well tell us everything else is damn wrong with her. Hell, why not? You like to talk. Man, you people, I was really trying to get some rest. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this live, and then I'm going to lay it on down. But all this is ridiculous to me. And I have said it for the past week, 2 weeks. Who else is going to come out and jump out of the clown car? And I be, motherfucker, here comes your ass. You got something to say. 7 months of nothing. And now you come out to defend Jose and your son. So I guess Jose will be next. Can he speak English? I'm curious. Can Jose speak English? I guess he can speak a little English. Lord have mercy. You people have no respect for yourselves, but you want to sit up and talk about other people doing cruel things. Okay. I guess. I know. I believe that there will be more. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the latest information brought out by the bio donor of that said child. Just why in the world would you even just, I don't understand you people, man. You people got a lot of nerve. Whole lot of nerve. Right. He knew enough to comment to Candace that he liked chicks with, well, Tina, somebody said it to her. And so if she was dealing with Jose, obviously Jose said something to her. So possibly Candy wasn't lying. And I'm only saying it now because this man is coming out saying that he's bisexual. So I wouldn't doubt that Jose probably is. I'm not trying to be mean, but something about this is not right. And you coming down for one day, allegedly, something about that story don't sound right. So like somebody said, it took a lot of people to come down here to move furniture or move, but yet you went right back. So what happened? Was this just a trip really to bring Jose down here? Had Allie been talking to Jose, Skyping or on the phone? He liked what he saw. She liked what she saw. So they hooked up. So is that really why you came? You just brought your homeboy down here to bang your baby mama. What the fuck? And even if you ain't got feelings for her, still, how could you even be on board with something like that? How could you be on board with bringing your friend here and him banging your baby mama? I don't care if y'all ain't having sex one time and she got pregnant. It's principle. But see, then I looked at the fact that you said you met him through your ex. He was messing with your ex. So all y'all like to get down together. And you remember I told people, I won't doubt that that's what was going on in Hollyville. That everybody was exchanging partners. And I find it very interesting now hearing this man come out telling his sexual preferences. Who's to say that is how everybody has been getting down in this circle? Everybody probably done slept with everybody. Because there's no way I'm just thinking that for no reason. You met this man through your ex, and yet you bring this same man to Tennessee who has sex with your baby mama. And then he has sex with Candace. And then now the rumor is Grandis. Are you all hearing this? What the fuck this got to do with that baby? Man, you all are ignorant. This is ridiculous to me. This is disgusting, man. Utterly disgusting. Hit the link. Oh, I'm checking out of here. 33 minutes in. That's all I really had to say today. That I'm just amazed at how people get on PD parties and go live off of shit they stirred up. You know, it's like going over to a building and lighting a match and watch the flames go up and then go get on Facebook or YouTube and say, oh my gosh, there's a building on fire. But you left out the part that you the motherfucker that set the building on fire. How about that? You left that part out. Excuse my language. But I'm telling the truth. You forgot to tell you the one that set the building on fire. So why you don't tell that? Hey, everybody, I'm the one that set the building on fire. I'm going live. Woo, look at the smoke. Woo, look at the flames. But you the one lit the torch. Okay. Wow. Oh, mercy. Very sad. Very sad day in America. Very sad. I need you all to drop the link. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, nobody's dropped the link. So I have to drop it. Y'all making me do all this work. I'm irritated.
Sorry, I was already up here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that guy's a loser. I can't believe he was on YouTube and said how freaking Allie was his one night stand and H was his product, but yet that's his son. It's
Oh,
just
honey, you ain't heard nothing. What you on late news right now?
no, why? Because I'm not trying to listen to him. I just
you on some real late news. That what he said about her is nothing compared to the latest, honey. Absolutely nothing.
Great.
That's cranberry juice.
Yes, he's just trying to get some likes. It's just like the little part I saw of him making some comments about that Ernie guy that you had on the other night. He was making some comments, and I'm like, oh, dude. Yeah, bad news. And you're talking about your son. Where's Summer? I mean, where's your son? How fucked up is your son? And how much of this shit did you cause your son? I just got no love for any of them.
Well, now imagine this boy H knows all of this about the mother sleeping around with the Jose sleeping with Candace. Now rumors about him and Grandis, which I don't know if that's true or not, because you can't believe half the stuff that come out. Now you know your father's bisexual and got then banged 300 plus women. And another thing, are some men included in that number?
Yeah, buddy.
And also, let's talk about the realization of sleeping with a lot of people and possibly not using any protection.
Well, and did he know?
Especially if you've been sleeping with men, maybe you might get an HIV test.
Yes, I agree. And did H know he was an accident? Because the whole fucking world now knows he's an accident. That's some wrong ass crap, is all I gotta say.
Wow.
I'm gonna drop back down. I just wanted to say hello, give my 2 cents, because I think he sucks. And I just pray that H is getting some help, just as I pray that the Wells boys are getting some help. And we all find Summer. All right, thank you.
Well, that was quick.
I don't want to take up your time.
Well, I mean, there's somebody else up here. It's not like I got 6 or 7 people up here.
Excuse me. I'm just so offended. I just don't believe it's like that old movie Parenthood where the comment is made. Mm-hmm. You have to have a license to drive a car, yet you don't have to have a license to be a parent. And these people are prime examples. Okay. It makes me sick. I don't have kids, but I love kids. Don't get me wrong. Way back when I had a miscarriage, and that's all I gotta say.
How about somebody going to the Wiz and asking him for a brain? And a heart.
Yeah.
What time did you come into this live, ma'am? May I ask?
I just came in. Just came in.
So you missed. So you missed the intro.
Yes, I did. I missed the intro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I ain't saying nothing.
I know, but I don't want your panties in a wad.
My panties ain't in no wad. My panties are not in no wad, honey. My panties are not in a wad. Sorry, I was trying to find something. Sorry about that. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, it's all right. I just I just don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. I mean,
that's what's going on. Did you not know?
Lord.
Hey! You get it?
Oh yeah, I got it.
That's what's going on right now. Thriller. These folks that came from the dust. It's the witching hour. Ain't y'all done figured it out? That's what this is about. Came from the dust. People crawling out from underneath rocks to give their commentary on absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. Sick. Real sick. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. Thank you, sweetie. Lord, what is this person talking about? She said she tried to spit most of them out the window when he wasn't looking. What are you talking about? Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Oh, dusty tales. Yes. Very dusty. I just think there's a way of doing things, and I don't think everybody needs to know your personal business, all of your family's business. I mean, I just frankly, I just wouldn't go on a live telling all my personal business, everything that's going on with me. I don't have to tell the world all my preferences sexually, gender-wise, my mama, my daddy. I just think it's disrespectful. You're gonna tell everybody in the world, oh yeah, they gay. She gay, he gay, but maybe them people don't want nobody to know that. Whether they out the closet, it's principle. Who are you to tell it? That's their story to tell. It's not your story. Man, this dude's all over the place. You just just want to be seen. Damn. Yeah, Chris, I know what you was talking about, honey. This is very sad to me. I felt like I need an STD test for my ears listening to him. Well, you might want to get you one. Like I said, we all are sinners, fornicators, but it's just certain things you just don't discuss. I wouldn't put the number on my body. For what reason? If I was with 500 men, I'm going to put the number on me. I'm going to tattoo it on myself. Well, why would I do that? Man, I hit the link. Please, somebody. Countdown to the birthday. It's Monday. Queen will be 51 on Saturday. Amen. God is good. Jesus, I'm just Bobby said some Lysol. R. Jones, I love it. Even mosquitoes can breathe. Nothing to be proud of. Woo! Somebody said he talked about worshiping 300 gods. Like, that's okay. I didn't know what that was about when I was listening to some commentary about that. I didn't really understand what that was about. See, when people are talking about certain things in lives, and, that's why it's always best to hear it verbatim. That way you can get an understanding of what the person is talking about. I'm not getting ready to go over there to listen to none of that anyway, because once I heard the commentary about Boy H and that his version was bullshit, there was no reason for me to just indulge in what he's talking about. Because so far I don't like what I've heard. So I don't think it would be any point in me going to the channel to listen to anything. Well, what would be the point? It's just sad. Thank you, Beth. Thank you so much. Beverly says, rather fight off zombies. Well, honey, you stay watching YouTube. It's like fighting imaginary zombies. Only thing is you can't touch them, but you can fuss and cuss through the computer and your TV screen and your cell phone. Somebody need to burn his phone. Somebody needs to burn his phone, iPad, whatever the hell he got going on over there. Baby, burn it. Damn, just burn it already. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Ann. Thank you so much. Yes. Happy birthday. Tell your husband I said happy birthday. Yes. Yes. This Saturday is the Queen's birthday. I'll be 51 years young. Amen. Thank you all so much. Well, that's my commentary. I just think these random people coming out talking, they're not talking about anything. It's up to your interpretation to believe what you believe. But what this man has brought forward has nothing to do with Summer Wells. So if you want to engage in his commentary, that is your choice. But he hasn't brought anything to fruition pertaining to Summer. He's basically just on the phone talking about himself, his own personal devices. There's nothing to do with Summer Wells. Ooh, Beverly, that's kind of harsh. Darn. Don lives his life like it's the 60s crazy. Well, this is what people do. People are entitled to live as they see fit. I don't care about anybody's sexual preferences. Let me make that clear. I just feel like there's a time and a place for everything. I just don't feel like this was the place and the platform for all that divulging. That's how I feel. I mean, because some people might feel like maybe he was getting ready to tell them something of use, of relevance to the case, but there's nothing that he's told except for allegedly he and some people came down here, went back up one day. Jose stayed. So let's talk about that. Well, why did Jose stay? That was a damn good question. Why did he stay? Why did everybody go back? Cheapest place to live in America, but you couldn't make a way here for some reason. And Jose stays. And then we found out that allegedly you were at the house, Candace's house. I heard that in AB's live. I thought to myself, I never heard that Andrew was there. Wow, what a party. My girl likes to party all the time. Damn, where's Eddie Murphy when you need him? Shut up, Queen. Thank you, Ann. You vets. You all play nice now. Because they came for nefarious reasons. What's that, Dolly? What are those reasons? Enlighten the Queen. Yeah, I think there's something up with the story. The only thing I could come up with, well, he brought him down here to hook up or meet Allie. So my thing is, there weren't any Greyhounds working from New York to Tennessee. It's a straight shot from New York to East Tennessee. We're on the bottom of the East Coast. Stay woke. Well, what was wrong with an airplane? A Greyhound, megabus. There weren't any megabuses running. 2020. Just curious. Wow. Somebody says drugs. I don't know. See, I don't claim anything I don't have a receipt to. But I just think the story is off considering the people didn't stay a long enough time to get settled into Tennessee life. I've never heard of a bunch of people packing up to go to Tennessee for a day and then go back. That makes no logical sense. You didn't stay long enough to see if it would work. So that leads people to believe that that's not the truth for why you really came. And maybe it's not. As I've told people, when people spin a story, they're not going to tell you everything. That's the reason why you shouldn't be talking. That's why you shouldn't be talking, see? Because the stuff you're saying is not adding up to people. Now, maybe they just wanted to joyride to Tennessee. Could that be the reason? Just wanted to get away for the day, so we're going to ride down to Tennessee. But I ain't never heard of nobody riding to Tennessee from upstate for one day. That's something you do when you're dropping somebody off. Or you're picking up somebody or picking up something. Stay woke. It's very, very strange. Oh, well. Very odd. Very odd behavior. Thank you all for joining me. That was thinking a long drive for a day. Yeah, that's a long ride. You got to give yourself time to rest. Well, if you got a lot of people and you trust somebody's driving, see, I don't even know how the people came. If they came in one car, one van, one truck, I don't know. I don't even know. The number was 15. I don't think it was really 15, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. There's no way you can put 10 people in one truck. I don't care if you're driving an Escalade or a Ford Excursion. How'd you afford the gas then? If you couldn't make it work here. See, none of that makes any sense. That's a lot of gas if you drove a van or a big truck here. Something is off. Something is way off. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. You're right. The whole thing is completely off. 15 people coming at the same time and
Well,
no hotel.
Slow down. Was it actually 15 people, ma'am?
Well, that's what I heard. I don't know how many
I just need
people.
somebody to tell me the real number.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. But anyway, but not knowing, not staying anywhere or having made plans ahead of time. This doesn't, you're right. It's not adding up. Something was going to happen at that time while those people came. I don't know.
So tell me what you think was the reason for them coming here.
Well, I don't think it was to meet Allie.
Well, I mean, but he did.
Yeah, he did. But
so
did he,
that's what we got to ask ourselves. How many times has he actually been to Tennessee? Was this his first time coming to Tennessee, Jose?
Exactly. I think he's been here before. I think he already knew her.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Well, how long has she lived in Tennessee, Allie?
Oh,
has anybody got information to that?
She said she moved up from New York 5 or 6 years ago, something like that, from what I hear.
So then we have to ask, how long did he know Jose?
Right. Who knows? Who knows with that group of people? It's
question. Look, a question Chris Madonna didn't ask.
Right. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions.
You have to ask questions. Just like if you're a detective, you're a retired detective. Those are things that an average detective would have already thought of.
Right.
Let me see if these people knew each other beforehand. How long were they talking before they got here? Has this guy been here before?
I think it seems he has, because the grandma takes him back to some stranger all the way back to North Carolina. See, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Rand says originally Andrew stated going on a house hunting trip. Okay, so one day, you're not going to find a house in one day unless you were already looking and talk to the people and were coming down to go look at the house.
Right.
But who will still come here and look at one house and not look at any more houses?
Right. But why are all those people, why did all the people come if they're just looking at a house? I don't understand that.
I don't know. That's what makes no sense. And then you all go right back. It's not like some stayed, some went back. So that means you still have to have a place to live in New York to go back. I tell people stay woke.
Mm-hmm.
Read between the lines. Something is not right.
It takes that many people to look for a house. I mean, it doesn't make it. They knew who they were. Come on.
And then they go, and let me tell you something else that's interesting. I want you to think about this for a second. You come all the way down here allegedly to move for a better life. So you didn't really move because you went back. So that's discrepancy number one. 2, you brought a whole lot of people to still go backtrack. 3, you left one of the people here. 4, altercation ensued. But yet, we now hear that Andrew was there on the night that the shit jumped off. We never heard that before, if that is true. So that means you left when the shit popped off with Don, but why would Jose stay?
Exactly.
After the stuff jumped off. So that means, come on with it. Number 5, where did Jose stay after the pop-off on 110 Ben Circle? Ting! Y'all missed
exactly. That's why I'm saying they knew him before they even got there. They had to have.
Where would he have stayed after the jump off? If it's true that Grandis drove him to North Carolina, then what? You drove him into town to a hotel? What?
Exactly.
See, nobody's ever asked that.
No, you're right.
Nobody's ever mentioned it in all the commentary. Nobody's ever said that. Because we miss stuff when the people are spinning these stories. We miss stuff. We don't dwell on certain things, but something doesn't add up now.
Exactly.
Since this motor mouth wants to come out and start spinning stories. So we're now going to chop up everything that was said by Allie, him now. Something's off. Something is very off.
And why would you bring a friend of yours to meet your ex-wife?
Thank you. But that's how he met Jose. But that's how he met Jose. Let him tell it through his ex. See, you see the nastiness.
See,
everybody swapping out partners conveniently. Think about that. You met him up there through your ex and brother, and then you bring that same guy down here to screw your baby mama. Either y'all already knew he was gonna hook up, or he brought him and then he liked her. So however it went, it's still fucked up.
Yeah, I mean.
And then Candace tells Chris Madonna, I ain't liking him or what nothing going on. He likes chicks with D's. So one could say, did she hear him say it? Or did something really go on between the two? But then we get commentary that that the little boy, H, felt some type of way about Jose because he was taken to him and he found out about him messing with Candace. So why would a child get upset if something didn't happen?
Exactly.
And H is pretty intuitive to things, and he's around people talking. So I don't think I'm going to sit here and believe he didn't get knowledge that the two had sexual relations, Candace and Jose.
Right. Well, there was no doors on the house or the bathrooms or the bedrooms.
Yeah.
If you can find
so where were the children when everybody was party all the time?
Exactly. Probably down in the dungeon.
Yeah.
You know, y'all stay down there. You know, we got grown-up stuff up here, so you stay down there in that dungeon. You know
what I think happened? I think Don was gone. Allie was talking to baby daddy, told him, hey, I got a friend. She got a house with some room where people can visit.
Yeah.
Y'all can go stay over there. Or I'll ask her, can y'all come and stay? Her husband's gone. But then somebody went back and repeated that Candy had a house full of people, and then Paw came home from Utah, and all hell broke loose.
Exactly.
And somebody said allegedly Allie is the one that that Grandis is the one that called Don because she was jealous. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if I believe that or not. I don't know about that yet.
Well, Candace doesn't like Don, so she's going to stir up some crap anyway. That's why she called him.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
You know?
A mess.
Yeah. The whole thing, they need to put them in jail and then condemn the house and sell the property. That's it. That's what they need to do.
Let me ask you this. Why would a woman marry a man and he's bisexual?
I don't know. I mean,
so did she know? So that's what I'm curious about this wife. Did she know her husband was bisexual before she got with him?
Well, I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. That's a hard question, actually. But then again, if you lower your standards, like, you know, she's trying to be the mother of the year. Allie's not mother of the year, everybody. She's not. Okay. She lets Hunters be with Candace when he's supposed to be away from her. You know, when they got in that big fight, you know, Allie and Candace, why was he still hanging around with her? And Allie knew this. So she's not mother of the year. I mean, so who knows if she wants to marry a bisexual or be with a bisexual, or who knows?
It's very strange shit going on.
Very. God, it's like a nightmare you just woke up from, actually.
But you know, the sick thing is, you ain't brought nothing to the table pertaining to Summer Wells. Nobody's brought anything as of late pertaining to Summer Wells.
Exactly.
Just a bunch of hee-haw ass bullshit. You know, some old hillbilly ass antics that's just, as we say, clickbait, something to make a video about what somebody came out and said, but it don't got nothing to do with this kid.
Exactly.
Everything's pertaining to Don, Candace, and their associates. That's all.
Yep.
Nobody can tell us nothing relevant about a 5-year-old.
Exactly. Yeah, I do find that interesting. She's already gotten lost in the whole YouTube stuff. She's already gotten lost. Everybody else is on there with their problems and their stupid shenanigans going down there, and You know, she's got lost completely. It's got everybody
really
else's problems, everybody else's how much money they're going to make. Everybody, how do I look on TV? Is my makeup? It's just this is no longer about Summer. No longer.
Yeah.
You might as well
NB says all these people don't link up and hang out if they aren't cut from the same cloth. Amen. I agree.
Yep.
Somebody asked me about Allie falling out with Leslie. Leslie seemed very protective of H. Oh, I just think I heard something about that yesterday. I don't really know what that's all about. Why did those two fall out? She was in that interview with Chris Madonna, so now they're not friends. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
So when did they fall out? Somebody got information, put it in the chat or come up on the live and tell me.
Yeah, you don't hear nothing about all that. You don't hear nothing. I mean, what, you know.
Don't you find it strange that everybody that's got in cahoots with each other has fallen out or were friends at one time? Have you noticed that? Everybody that has come out in the story once fraternized with one another.
Well, look at Marissa in Bullhorn Girl. Bullhorn Betty. Remember? And you said this. I remember watching you. I don't know how long it was ago, but you said, watch, they're gonna fall out too. They're gonna have a fallout. Something's gonna happen. And you're right, they did.
Yeah. Because there's too many chiefs, too many Indians want to be chief.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Phoebe says, I thought they were all coming down to Tennessee looking for work. See, you're not going to never know the truth because I don't have to tell you the truth why I came down here. Think about that. Let's just say they came for other felonious reasons. I'm not going to tell you why I really came to Tennessee.
Right.
Why one of us stayed behind. I'm not going to do that. So,
well, I'll let you go. I just wanted to say hi, and you do look great. You look great for your age. You really do.
Well, thank you. I didn't feel like I was tired when I decided to go live tonight. I was going to go live early, but I was running around and fooling around in Walmart. I was like, man, I got to get out this Walmart.
God, you never get out of Walmart.
Yeah, I know. And it took me so long that I got sleepy. And then something told me, I put my phone in the bed. And I said, well, I'll listen to something. Maybe I'll fall asleep instead of letting my TV put me to sleep. And there was good old AB. And boy, that was an interesting live. I might play some of that live because I think it's some interesting things in there.
I haven't caught that one yet. Well, I work nights. I haven't caught that one yet.
Well, go on and stay up here. Ain't nobody up here. Don't worry about it. Hold on. I'll play a little bit of.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Michael Jackson. We ain't going to play you no more. I'm already going to get flagged for playing that damn Thriller. Adam Jackson suing me for that money. Hold on. Let me find it. I got to look it up. Let's see. I don't know what it's not going to. I'm using this new iPad thing, and I don't know how to work this thing good. Okay. Let's see. Please check out Durham County. It's in the YouTube queue. It's a very good TV series. It's coming out of Canada. God, it's awesome. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. Because, I mean, it's just like it grabs you the first episode. It's really, really good.
I'll have to see that.
This is AB, the Summer Wells case. New crazy people emerge from the woodwork to spew hate toward at Tiffany Marie. 44 minutes. I'll play bits and pieces of it throughout this live. Please go to the said information in the YouTube queue to get the said information. AB is the proprietor of the channel. Amen.
She just, wherever she goes, and I'm sorry, but I'm fucking at the end with these people.
So much drama around a bunch of nobodies. Yeah, we're a bunch of nobodies over here, but I'll tell you what, we sincerely do care. We aren't trying to bully people. We're letting people speak. We let Andrew come up here and speak because he felt comfortable doing so. He wasn't bashed on streams, and then people came and said, hey, you want to come and talk? After all of this crap was stated. If you don't care about us, if we're nobodies, why are you here? We're just a little channel over here. Because you put our names in your titles, dude. See that?
That was a good one.
AB, stop restreaming my shit and Griff stops by.
She's trying to make herself relevant. Nobody wants to fuck you, Tiffany.
Wow.
Get a load of
deep.
It's like, Tiffany's hot in comparison to this platypus. Big face.
Yeah, go find that.
Yep.
Don't hit you with the good Lord Spirit here.
Has she left?
I don't know, but I'll make sure she definitely has the final.
Andrew, would you like to come up here?
I'm really sorry, but I had to jump up and just. I wasn't even prepared to face that bitch. To boost her own ego. She's a fucking mess of a woman. And she's one of them that I want off YouTube for good. Again, she's trying to make herself relevant. Bye. Nobody wants to fuck you, Tiffany.
It's all good.
hole did they crawl out of?
Where kids are abducted.
These are his friends.
What makes them think, well, there's no way an abduction can happen here, but everywhere else is probable, but not this property.
Cry me a damn river.
It's Don B.
Why my property? Why they say we got nowhere else? Why my property? Cry me a damn river. All right, here's the real deal. It's not an issue with the property. The real issue here is Summer Wells went missing from her parents in the middle of a CPS investigation. And just a few days before CPS was scheduled to show up at their door. That's the real issue here, Don. Yes, Don. Now, you'll remember that fantastic little comment from Don B yesterday in my former video, or my previous video. Listen, Summer Wells going missing while there's an investigation going on is highly suspicious. Lisa Stallknocker says, you hit the nail on the head, Don B. Summer was evidence she was uncontrollable, and she was talking. They couldn't allow CPS anywhere near her. Her disappearance was pre-planned, in my opinion, to get rid of Summer before direct contact with CPS. Because if there is one thing that Don Wells values more than sleeping every night with Summer, it's keeping himself out of prison. And you have to get last night. Yesterday, of course, Hunter's father, we checked out an interview promo this guy's interview, this Ion Entertainment Network. Well, this guy and this girl are in this long distance relationship, this codependent, really unhealthy relationship. And they got triggered and they started crying online over the fact that we streamed their interview. And that we were attacking their only friend, this Andrew Hiltz. It was absolutely fucking ludicrous, the behavior on these people. And here is this, you guys have to listen to it. We've got to drop, the entire video is about Tiffany, me. So, I mean, we can go and blast it and stream it later, but this fucking idiot, this platypus, this narcissistic, evil, hateful, spiteful bitch, Lizzie B. Savage friend, she jumped up there and manipulated the fuck out of these two. So they literally spent way longer
shitting on me and Tiffany.
I don't want to have.
They got 2.04 subscribers after my live stream yesterday. You two monkeys. I put you over the 2,000 mark just mentioning your name.
Lord have mercy. It's on and popping.
Let's see here.
And the guy speaking, he is blind.
Who was speaking with us during the stream
Right
already
here.
started bombarding his messenger with calls like a narcissistic ex. And then today, when Andrew was streaming on his channel, it began to.
I gotta let you guys know right now, this dude right here is fucking crazy, and so is his nutty his love.
Happen again, like a freaking narcissistic ex. You know what I'm talking about, hun? The ones who like call 150 times in a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, Don. I told Lori at first, I said we should restream him streaming our stuff. And then it's like, nope, because they would probably strike us and they would probably win, even though it's our content over here. So.
Yeah, well, if you're so upset about your content over there, why would you even blast it to YouTube in the first place? It had under 1,000 fucking views on it. So right now, just because we did that, we featured Andrew in a little live stream. And how cockamamie crazy you two are. Wait till tonight's live, guys. You should really hear how bad these two nut jobs are. We're gonna fucking fix your wagons.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But we've watched you guys pick him apart. In other channels, pick him apart. And it's really tiresome.
Don't watch.
It wasn't nobody picking him apart. I've probably been more
It's really tiresome seeing the
boisterous.
freaking
You know what I'm
hate.
saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
We've dealt with the crap with JLR. Dealt with crap with Molly putting Laura's crap up there on her channel. Mocking her daughter with ADHD.
So this guy is a fan of Molly Golightly, or an ex-fan. And for whatever reason, everything that they said on their live stream was directed, that has been done to them is apparently Tiffany and my fault. Like we have some sort of association with it. And they're lashing back at us because of it.
Everything about Andrew. But I've seen some of these videos, and people seem to think it's okay to go to people's Facebook profiles and take pictures of their freaking kids.
Hey, idiot. Do you think it's okay for Andrew do you think it's a great idea for him to be walking around claiming how great of a hoe he is? He's bragging about the fact that he is rather undesirable when it comes to parenting in that regard. That's a concern. But you guys are overlooking the fact that these social stigmas, which are in place for a reason, to help protect our children. You overlook the safety of the children for the fact that you think that you made a new fucking friend. Idiots.
And put them up on their YouTube channel. Oh, we blurted out. No, the crap is getting too far out here. Shoot, Lori and I are pretty freaking simple people.
No tell
Hey, yeah.
This channel, she wanted a safe place for people to come to, and man, found nothing but freaking trolling out here.
Can you blame the trolls? Like, this is one channel that has got to be a hilarious to troll. Fun as hell. We sat in Discord last night and trolled the fuck out of them for a good 3 hours, or an hour and 3/4 after my stream was done.
It doesn't matter why he was doing it. He could have got his own interview, right?
We did. He was in our live chat. This chick is so hurt with a toothache that she's talking normally, and then the next minute she doesn't.
I love baby.
And see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter about who's covering Summer's case. Her name should be out there. But
he just contradicted himself. He's such a moron. And hey, guys, I've been covering it since day one. I should charge you for the promo that I gave your show yesterday and tonight.
It's not anybody's case. It's not one person.
Well, then stop acting like it is.
But in an ethical way. But what we're seeing is this man being ripped apart. Ernie, bombarding his messenger.
How long do you think that you're going to last in YouTube if you can't take a man like Ernie Shell and converse with the guy? You're so traumatized and triggered over Ernie Shell. Look, he's a predator hunter. And if you're setting off flags around Ernie, there's a problem.
Over and over again. But my gosh, it just seems like there's a freaking Summer Wells cult.
This is what this guy's saying. At Tiffany Marie, at AB, stop restreaming my SHIT. Griff stops by and explains, blah, blah, blah. So obviously he put them in his commentary headliner of a video. And as he said, naturally, once you put somebody's name in a video, 9 times out of 10, they will respond. But from what I've watched of AB's commentary, I didn't see him bashing him. He even asked him to come up. But naturally, as we know, it's probably not a good idea to come up because you're probably not going to want to answer. Well, he likes to talk, so he probably would answer some of the questions, but you may not like a person's opinion. But, he seems mild-mannered enough. I just feel like he talks too much. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, you get a channel, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's your business. My problem with him is just the boy H situation and then bringing all this other personal information out about being, bisexual and all that kind of stuff. I just don't feel like this is the place for all that. My thing is, what is the motivation? That's where I'm going. Is the motivation to help your child, or you just want to you just want to talk about yourself? You see where I'm going? What is the motivation? That's all I'm saying. If you're just going to sit up and talk about yourself, your life, what the cat did, the dog did, okay, that's your business. If that's going to be your YouTube channel. Just the life of Andrew Hiltz. Maybe that you should change the title. In the life of Andrew Hiltz. Then you talk about yourself all damn day. But in the same breath, you can't say, I'm doing this for my son and Jose, and then you're talking about your personal preferences, your mama's preferences, your brother's preferences. Oh, he even went on to say his brother's man hit on him. What the fuck does got to do with your kid and Jose? See, that's the problem, man.
I'm wondering if CPS is watching him.
Well, they probably will now. Because somebody goes down. This is why you don't do stuff live. You don't talk about your personal life. You don't tell you got kids. You don't tell certain things because you are an open book at this point. So anything you do from here on out, it will be scrutinized. People don't think when they go live. This is why people have so many problems on Facebook because they don't know when to shut up.
Yep.
You bring on your own problems because you don't know how to stop talking. That's why a lot of people don't have jobs. They get fired because somebody went back and reported their Facebook page. Hey, go take a look at his Facebook page, her Facebook page. She's talking bad about you, the boss, the supervisor, whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to let you stay on their job and you're talking bad about them on social media? This is just common sense stuff. He doesn't have any common sense.
I think CPS does need to get involved with him. He's up here talking about being a hoe and doing this and doing that, and they showed video of him yelling at his kid, and
yeah.
So I hope they're watching.
Language. Do they know they're being recorded? He knows he's being recorded. He's recording himself. It's on YouTube. It's recording.
Right. I'm just hoping CPS or somebody reports him. Seriously.
Yeah, well, this is why you have to think about what you're doing. And it's not to say that children are going to always mind, they're going to get into things, they're going to do things, but you have to remember how you're acting at home is one thing versus me watching how you're acting at home. If I didn't tell you, I ain't going to know what's going on in your house, that you yelled at your kids or you got mad about the cat litter or the basket turned over. What the hell was going on? The point is nobody would know those things had you not went live. So you and your friends cannot get up here and start crying and moaning about what people are saying about what's in your live if you didn't go live.
Right.
So now people are going to start talking about how he talks to his children. AB's done a video already, but you did that.
Yep.
And you may not have meant no harm. That may be just who you are, your tone, how you felt that day. But somebody's chopping that up because that's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people do. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to Andrew giving his commentary on his personal life.
I'm going to go ahead and go, Queen. But thank you for having me.
Thank you, Beth.
Bye.
Be careful. Have a blessed week, sweetheart. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
Bye.
1 hour and 20 minutes in. That was a little bit of AB's video. I'll take you down, baby. That was a little bit of AB's video. Feel free to go in the queue to get the said information. Like, share, and subscribe to AB's channel. It's always going to be a complaint. That's just social media. It's always somebody lurking in the shadows wanting to complain. I personally am not one of those type of people that go from channel to channel. I don't go from Facebook page to Facebook page. I don't comment on people's timelines. Rarely do I ever comment on somebody's timeline. I may like something that they're saying in the post or something like that. But as far as commenting, it's just not a good idea because it can stir up a lot of mess depending on what you say. You have to be very careful of the things that you do and say because people will definitely clap back, get in your inbox, and also start asking people questions about, hey, you know that chick? Hey, you know that guy? You have to be very careful of the things you do with social media. And I don't really think a lot of people take social media serious enough. A lot of people have gotten hurt because they didn't know when to shut up on social media. And I brought you commentary to a young lady who was murdered a few years ago because she went and put 2 homosexual men on blast. One was bisexual, obviously, her weed dealer. She caught him in the act of having sex with another man when she went to double back to pick up her phone. So she put them on blast, both of them, blackmailing them for money. Next day, she was gunned down in her car. See, you have to be careful of the things you tell about people. Telling people's personal business. Obviously, he didn't want nobody to know that he liked men. Ting. So, it's the luck of the draw. Somebody shot her. One of those men shot her. What's the guy that robbed her the weeks before? Some guy she dated who was wanting her to give him money. She didn't give it to him. Next thing you know, she's robbed. She even told him, hey, I know it was you that robbed me. You see, you don't know people. And I think there's a time and a place for everything. Like I said, some people's lives are open books. They don't mind telling you who shot JR and what happened to their mama, their daddy, who raised them, what happened at work. But you have to be very careful what you repeat on social media because those things can come back to bite you in the ass. And a lot of people I meet in life will say, oh, I'm an open book. I don't got no secrets. Well, you should have some. You should have some. Keep something sacred to the heart. Everybody don't need to know your every wake and move. You know, I don't want to know every time your door creaks. Last time you went to the bathroom, how long you took a shower. It's none of my damn business. And I've realized a lot of people who go live, they got to let you know every damn thing they're doing. And I don't advise it. But to each his own. Yvette says they need to watch him because I don't want to see him. Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't know why this person keeps coming in here with this nonsense. T, hit the link. It is scary to think that Summer was around people like that. I don't care who knows it. I said it. Thank you, Sissy. 2448. Yes. Like I said, we're all entitled to our opinion. And it's not to say that he's a bad person, Andrew. But as I said, his commentary has not been in good light of his son. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. And then these other things that he's revealed to the public about his personal preferences, sexual preferences, I just don't get the point. Why people need to know that. But AB called it out before I even got to the part of the video where he admits that he was. It was very interesting because AB was talking about it in the beginning of that one video. And I was like, okay, where's this going? And I was listening to the wordings, using the word boo-boo. That's a word, you know, a lot of women use, African-American women use in conversation. And I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to judge him because of that comment. But then when he made references to, you know, bagging a cop and bending somebody over, a table or counter or something. That's when I said, yeah, maybe there's something that's not right with old boy. And then as I listened to the video, he decides to let the world know who he is and what he's about. So I was like, wow, okay, interesting. Very interesting. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. Have you been listening to the commentary?
Yeah, been listening, yeah.
Okay, did you watch AB's video or this guy's video where he came out and told everybody who he is?
I got to watch, I caught AB about in the middle, and then I had to stop because we had to eat dinner, but I got to go back and watch some of it.
Okay, well, let me try to find it if I can. Hold on.
I did get to the part where he was showing whoever that couple is that's in their feelings. I did get to see that stuff.
Okay.
And like the night before I caught his live.
Okay, let me try to get it to where he's talking about himself. Hold on.
Prodigious, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask Lori.
Wait 1 second.
Are you talking about his like 300?
Well, I'm trying to find where he's telling all his personal business.
Oh yeah, I've already heard that part.
Okay, you have. Well, some people probably haven't heard it. Hold on.
I was gonna ask if you had been convicted of any sex crimes of any kind.
Okay, let me let some of this play.
Sex crime I have is not getting enough.
Wait a minute. Because I don't want to play too much. I'm trying to decide what all to play. Hold on.
Listen, I ain't gonna front. It's not, the relationships aren't based on sex, bro.
It's an important part, but it's a part. It's a part.
No, the most important part with me is the smuggles I get every night. That's the most important part I get.
I love that closeness. I can't wait to experience that again.
Oh yeah. Now I have to share my time with 3 new babies and a very, very stuck up my ass cat.
Okay, so these kittens, you had kittens. You're a grandpa, right?
Yep, she had, at this time last night, she had 2 white ones.
Yes. I saw the pictures. It was hard to see the black ones because she's really dark, right? So.
Oh yeah, she's black.
Yeah.
But I fell asleep about 5:30, fully asleep.
I'm trying to get to the point
and
where
when I
stuff
woke
he talking
that
about.
song.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
I'm skipping over some of this stuff.
He called it on live.
Let me see.
Like, are you serious?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, dude, you honestly think I'm going to be retarded enough? Pardon my language. I am sorry. That is a no word. I do apologize. I take that word back. I am so sorry, everybody. I should know better.
So he recognized, this is what gets me, it's pretty funny. He recognizes that he doesn't want to use the R word, but he still goes on to make fun of people who have a handicap. Nonetheless, it's the whole joke, the whole presentation is faux pas, Andrew, next time.
He is special in the head enough to call that number and to think I'm going to give out my personal number to him. If you know so much about me, you should already have it.
He's talking about Ernie.
Very true.
They're gonna talk.
Oh, I know where he is all the time.
No, they're gonna talk to Allie, I guess, to find a way to get to you or something.
And Allison knows better.
Oh my word. Is it another heels on the ground type of thing?
Doug is gonna come talk to you.
Okay, come talk to me, honey. Sorry, I don't mind.
Honey.
I'll bend you over my counter and put my dende up your booty, and you'll be okay. You'll be calling me daddy by the end of the day.
Wow.
So that was an invitation to sexual activity with Doug. No thanks, Hutton, for the record.
Let me pause that. What do you think about that comment?
I've dealt with worse people than him.
TZ?
I think it's just him just talking. I mean, I really do. It's just about talking smack. And if you notice, for him to be not involved in Summer's case, he is all about knowing who's who when it comes to like Doug and anybody else. Ernie, he knows everything. So that goes to show you that although he has not been on a lot of panels, he was watching everybody's stuff.
In the cut.
Right. So it's like he knows, like when he does go on panels, he knows what to say. And how to like
says that was still nasty. You didn't have to say that in reference to him wanting to talk to you. Just all you have to do is say, I will talk to him, I won't, or he can reach out to me. Why? What is bending a man over got to do with you talking to him? That don't make no sense.
I think for real, I just think it's just the poking and the coming at him to get a rise out of Doug, waiting for Doug to say something. So Andrew can go back to another panel and be like, see, they're coming after me. And this is that. Okay. But so it also opened the window.
He's baiting people.
Yes, because if you notice, he talked about that, and then it seemed like that was his window to talk about his body count. He's like, oh, I could say this because, you know, everybody knows, or I know I'm this, I know I'm that. So it's like he says things toward people just to lay down and put out his business.
Ben said it sounds like he was raised in a barn.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm dead. Anything else you want to say? You can still stay up here, though. Y'all are crazy. Honey, that's a hell of a barn. Hold on. I'll play a little more.
In all honesty, I really have. I mean, come on. You can't have...
Yeah, Ernie isn't law enforcement, to my knowledge.
Oh, damn, I was hoping I could bang a cop.
Wow.
Prismo says I got your number on the wall.
Okay.
The lady in the video asking the questions are the channel hosts. Their co-hosts. There's a group on the panel that you can find. Well, no longer pinned to the top of your live chat. It is in the description of this video.
Somebody said he's thirsty too. He wants to be YouTube famous.
I think they're just joking though.
Oh, it's all right. I got my listen. I ain't no front. Half the time I have to look up my own number.
Pretty sad they have to pay people to talk on their interviews.
Oh no, you're all from. But what was my first thing? What do I always say in every live stream?
So sounds like Dougie offered him $300 for the tattoo. What number is your tattoo, Doug? Isn't it like 9 something? But his is 300. So he's going to charge give him $300 to come up and talk on his panel. Why you didn't take that, I don't know. But he starts to go off on being a high-priced hooker. Now, trigger warning, prepare yourselves, ladies of the evening or former ones. Don't want this to trigger you back into the lifestyle.
Oh, AB.
You don't have to put on that dress tonight.
Ooh, Lord, just leave your hat on. Shut up.
I'm not here for the views, and I'm not here for the money.
Oh, by the way, you can write your check out to Ion Entertainment.
Yeah.
Damn, where these people come from?
There's more important things than freaking money, folks.
Yeah, like, you know, innocent children. Andrew Doug is offered. Oh, I was reading that. Aw.
Let me talk about that for a second. Him offering. So is that true? Doug offered him money to come up on the panel, or I'm misunderstanding that? I'm confused.
I haven't heard anything, but I don't know. I don't know, but you got to keep in mind, people can just go up on any panel and say, oh, well, Doug said he was going to pay me to do an interview, and then people take that. And
because I didn't really understand the context, the way he was saying it, the way AB was saying it, I was kind of like thrown off. Somebody says he would survive comfortably in prison. He's that one. He tries to sound so hard with his slang from jail time. Yes, Ann, I agree. Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing else to say. I mean, for real.
Go ahead.
Like, to me, I just, for real.
So what did you just say? He's just talking shit to be talking, girl?
He's talking, he is talking shit to talk shit. But in the meantime, build his shit. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole point of why we're saying that I feel like he's not genuine.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he is. I mean, all he had to do is say, look, as far as my son, just leave him be, leave him out of this, and left it at that.
Yeah, or just tell us that your son is doing well. How about that?
and just leave it at that.
You are
even after he said what he said about, H being a liar or whatever, he is still continuing to be in the spotlight. So that goes to show you it wasn't about H at all.
Yeah, it was never about H. Yeah, and that's the whole point of the story of Summer. She was never important. That's why she's missing, and that's why her parents rarely talk about her. They talk about everybody else but her and those boys.
Right.
And that's the same thing. We're not talking about his kids. It's not talking about nothing but kitties and this and that.
Yep. And that's all it is. It's the same. He could go to every panel and don't even talk about nothing about his life. But he can, like you just said, hey, my son is fine. He's doing good. Out of respect, please leave my son's name out of y'all's mouth and leave it and go on. Just automatically fall off, go to the next panel. But he's not. Well,
he could just talk about regular stuff on his channel if he wanted to, besides all this old extra, telling people's personal preferences and business and, telling all who's gay and who ain't. I don't think that's appropriate. What do you think about that, telling everybody that his mama and his brother are gay?
All I can say is I don't think he should have put out his brother's business, no. But I will say, ain't no way I would definitely put my mama's business out on Front Street.
On Front
and
Street.
Not only that, he even put his daddy's business on Front Street. Like, ain't no way I would do it.
What did he say about the daddy?
The daddy likes men. He's got a boyfriend.
Wait. Okay. You know what's... Okay.
I mean...
Wait a minute. Wait, we got to talk about this. Wait a minute. We can go to church now. There's a leak in this old building. Come again? So wait a minute. Your daddy like men, your mama like women, and your brother is a product of your mama and your daddy, and you are bisexual too.
Yes. So and ain't nothing wrong with no. I mean, I get it. That's how the families is. I get that, but you don't have to put everything out there.
That's my point. If you want to be free to say, I'm gay, I'm bisexual, okay, that's your business. I still felt like it was unnecessary because something in me was telling me, this ain't about age, this ain't about no hoes. Like, you just want to talk. You just want to talk and be seen. That's how I felt. Because you want to act like, oh, it ain't no secret. Well, motherfucker, it was a secret to us. You was a lie, it was. Because we didn't know who you was. We didn't send for you and we didn't ask for you. We thought you were going to bring something to the table relevance to this case. You'd sit there talking about your sexual preferences, your brother's preferences. Your brother's man tried to holler at you. Your mama got a woman. Now you're telling me the daddy got a man. I mean, really? Come on now. Ain't nobody got to know.
But like I said, it's some things like you said, you don't have to say. You really don't have to.
Stuff up. Who said this right here? He's making stuff up. He's just making stuff up that's statistically unlikely. Amazing Tiff. You must not have heard of a certain basketball player from the 70s, from the 60s that slept with about 700 women. If I'm not, no, it's more than that. You know that basketball player, he's probably deceased, had slept with a lot of women. I believe it was more than 7. You 34 years old.
Wilt Chamberlain or something?
Yeah, somebody. Wilt Chamberlain. If you I don't know if that's him or not, but anyway, a basketball player, he's probably deceased now, but slept with a lot of women, and it was way in the high numbers, over 5, over 6, if I'm not mistaken. I have to Google it. The point is, you can't sleep with that many people. You can sleep with a different person every day. You got 7 days in a week. You all know how to count. Now multiply 7 times 4 weeks. There's your 28. Now multiply 28 times a couple of 100 days out of the year. Come on now. You understand what I'm saying? you can get to 300 real quick. Go ahead, baby.
I don't know. I mean, it's just one of them things where you're just like, I don't know. The only thing out of everything that he talked about, that stuck out to me was the fact that he said that he didn't tell Jose about what's going on with Summer.
Now I find
And
that
I'm like,
off.
okay,
Glad you
now
mentioned
this
that.
is right, because Jose is someone that Don don't really talk about. In fact, nobody really talks about him. And then that
Well, because
Andrew
he's not a
dude, he
factor.
was
He's
like,
not a factor into anything. Obviously, if he left town back in 2020, so he wasn't a factor. It wasn't until Dudley brought his name up, talking to them goofy ass chicks on the ground, that he was on Ben Hill Circle days up until the day the girl went missing. I don't believe that. I don't think I believe that. Bring a receipt.
Bruh. Now, as far as while I'm up here, as far as the whole coming down here to Tennessee to get a job and place to live,
Yeah.
I don't know too much about that, especially when you have to keep in mind this is during a pandemic. As far as looking at houses, they wanted people to call first and make an appointment before even showing up at empty houses to look around. They were even doing virtual touring of houses to rent. And then as jobs are shutting down.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, I'm like, that made no sense about them coming down here.
Tell me what you think the reason for coming to Tennessee was.
Since he mentioned his whole body count and he did what he had to do to make money, then who's to say that they didn't come, these grown folk didn't come down here to make money off of the other grown folk at the house.
Oh, so it was a pimping ain't easy trip.
We can make some quick money. Let's go do this.
Okay. Gigi says drugs.
You know, because like you said, I don't see who would come from upstate to Tennessee for a day.
There's a lot of drug trafficking coming from New York down to our parts, to the eastern seaboard. Everybody knows that live on this side of the coin. That's where most of the dope comes from, besides from Florida and the bottom states. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. Most of the dope comes through here from Florida, Texas. And then up north, Michigan, Chicago, New York. The people come and plantate themselves down in Johnson City. You know the Queen knows.
Yeah, that is true about the whole drug thing.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So who's to say they didn't come down here to drop off something, make a quick dollar? I don't know, but I don't understand nobody coming for a day, because that's a long drive from New York. Now, I don't know if they came from upstate New York or New York City. That's still a difference. But to just come for a day, it's a long-ass drive. So somebody else had to drive back. Because, see, we don't even know how many cars they brought. Somebody should have asked that when they were asking him all these questions. Well, how many cars did you all bring? How many people came now? What reason you said you came? Why did you only stay to one? See, I'll ask them kind of questions. I ain't going to let you slip through the hole. I'm going to ask.
I think maybe that's why he don't really talk about it. He talks about everything but that.
Yeah, because it doesn't make logical sense.
Really talk about, right, because he doesn't even really talk about what was going on or what they did while they were down here.
At the house.
Nothing.
I just learned that he was at the house. Did you just find that out?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Because the way it's portrayed is that he came and dropped off Jose and dipped out.
But see, that's the whole point of the story, T. Why is it now we're just now hearing that he was there the night the altercation went down, allegedly? Don't you find that funny? We're now hearing that he and some others were there. My understanding was just Jose, the grandmama, Candace, and what Don showed up. Something about that whole story don't sound right. So what are you saying? Don just happened to pull up drunk off a highway and found them together? That shit don't sound right. So y'all don't be, you see, that nobody.
That's the thing.
Say
that didn't. Whenever Don came in, Whenever Don came in, he didn't immediately get into that argument with Jose.
Okay.
So he didn't have a problem with Jose until prior.
What do you mean prior?
Like he didn't. Well, not prior, until afterward. After he came back.
So I don't understand what you're saying.
Whenever Don came back, this is how I took it from what Don said, was that they had went. There was out. They were hanging out, drinking and stuff, and then some kind of conversation.
So Don was already here.
Yes, because there's no way you're going to be intoxicated.
That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't understand. Who was at the house first, Don or Jose?
See, that part I don't know. I just know that he said something. It was something about the cow making him jealous and stuff. So he drove real fast and he got a speeding ticket.
From Utah.
And then the night of the incident was they were all hanging out drinking, and then that's when.
So you think he had been home sometime with also Jose there?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get understanding. Okay.
Yes, that didn't happen the night that
that's why I'm trying to figure out.
That's why
that didn't make no sense.
Right.
But see, this is what happens when you don't ask the questions. You leave it open. That was a gaping hole Chris Madonna left open. You have to be specific when you ask stuff. Because that story never made no sense. So then where's the jealousy coming in for them all to be fighting then? If Don was already back. And where was Jose staying? See, I'm telling y'all.
I don't know. And then as far as that, because if you go back and listen.
So that means all they were staying there together with Don there.
Yes. Now, I don't know how many days Don was there before that argument. But for real, if you listen to what Don says, he's not saying that he drove.
Okay, let me repeat what somebody's saying. Jose was at the house with other people. Candace told Don Jose was staying with her. So Don came home. Then the altercation happened.
If Don came home and he was driving from Utah drunk, why would a police officer say, I understand, intoxicated man, you're upset because your old lady's got some dude in your house and you're intoxicated driving with your son.
Yeah.
You go ahead and continue to drive intoxicated with your son speeding.
Somebody else saying the same thing. Jose stayed at Candace, but Don was in Utah. So that's what they're saying then. Basically, he just pulled up and he happened to be there. But that still means he was drunk when he got there. So he drove drunk all the way from a highway. That's what y'all not listening to. If that's the version you're giving. See, all this is stupid. This conversation. No.
I mean,
because there's something else. There's something missing. Either somebody don't know how to tell the damn story right, or there's something's off with the story. That's why you're supposed to ask me.
Just like the real Gigi, she said they all started drinking together after he got there.
Who said that?
The real Gigi and Chap. Because if you listen to Don, he's not saying, hey, I got in a fight with Jose right as soon as I got back from Utah.
Uh-huh.
It had happened like a few days after he got home.
Then they got crazy. I don't know.
So that goes to show you that Don knew Jose was there. He was there. Jose was there. They were drinking. Got into that altercation. That's whenever Candace called 911.
With them, and they were all drinking, and they started fighting, which means they were fine at first, then got in a fight later. I don't want to be no detective. I want to waste my breath. No, honey. No, thank you. Well, then what was the fight over?
I don't know. Don said something about dude was like.
So this must be the reason why he thought the guy was there for Allie, not his own wife. You understand what I'm saying? So something don't make no sense. I'm going to call my husband, or somebody called to make him jealous, or she called to say he was there. See, something still ain't right. And I don't like dwelling on stupid shit. That's just who I am. Because this conversation is dumb. It is. It's just stupid.
It makes no sense. And the thing is you have to depend on everything that Don is saying.
Yeah, she said Jose called Don a cheater and a beater.
Right, and then that's what started Don wanting to beat Jose up.
Yeah, Jose said once a cheater, always a cheater, or something like that. Okay, Ginger, who told that version? Mojo says, Andrew says Jose got a black eye and busted lip. Ginger says, I remember that from an interview. Well, the point is, how long was Jose staying at the house before Don got back?
That nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about how many days or nothing.
Yes, miss. Yeah, because see, that's when you know there's something off with the story. When you can't get a definitive answer. Kind of like Summer Wells missing. You can't get a definitive answer. You can't get a definitive timeline. The story is just as messed up as Summer Wells missing. You don't get somebody said Don said it. Well, see, you can't believe nothing that he says. Because he don't tell the truth about nothing. Oh my God. You was talking about something that I want to make sure I put all the points of that conversation with this guy. What do you think about him saying he slept with 300 people?
I mean, do what you do. I don't know. I mean,
look, these nuts.
He did what he had to do.
That sack is hanging mighty low. Damn.
The way I took it, the way he was like,
they got to be banging his knees. Jesus, what are you saying? He must got something. If you get that many guns to screw, you must got something. You doing something. What Andrew knows? Shut up, Corey.
Well, he said that he was a hoe, so perhaps he was working the track,
Well, he could have been meaning a hoe like I'm a horse man. That don't mean exactly that person was prostituting when you say I'm a hoe. A hoe can mean the old school. You just horse. You call yourself a hoe. You're horse. You like
okay.
sex.
Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Swinger.
Yeah, that's what I always thought in the beginning pertaining to these people. I've said that in my lives. Didn't I tell you all that I believe there was some swinging going on the mountain? That I had that feeling just because of how Allie looks, how Candace looks. And I said to myself, I had a feeling that those two may have been involved with each other. And then this rearranging of Jose from Allie to Candace allegedly. And now people want to throw Candace in the mix. Something is very off with these people. Who's to say they all weren't fucking each other up there in the mountain? Huh?
Nobody knows.
So do you believe
Nobody
Jose?
knows nothing.
Do you believe Jose is bisexual?
It's a possible chance that he is. Yeah, it's a high possibility.
Yeah, you know why I thought that? Only because now finding out that Andrew is bisexual, I thought birds of a feather flock together.
That part right there.
Yeah, it's not to be judgmental that he can't have a straight friend. It's not what I'm saying. It just is a high probability that Jose is bisexual because I always asked in the beginning, and I never dwelled on this. I always said, how did Jose and Andrew meet? I said that a long time ago. I said, because something is off there, but I never dwelled on it because we didn't talk about Andrew a lot in the beginning. But I always said, if I'm to believe Candace's comment that he's likes chicks with ding-dongs, how did Andrew hook up with a guy that's allegedly bisexual? Because a lot of straight men aren't going to hang with a bisexual or gay man. You know that. Everybody knows that. Rarely. If it ain't family, they're not hanging with them. You hear me? Because they don't want nobody judging them that they're that way. Hello?
Right. The only way I see that is if...
Are you in deep thought?
Well, me, I'm like trying to figure out this scenario, and I'm like, well, I mean, straight men can be friends with bisexual men.
I'm not saying
they've known them for a long term, like you said.
But a lot of men don't want to be even categorized as being friendly with gay and just because if they weren't about people talking about them in that way. You know how people like to joke and poke fun? Then before you know it, they got rumors out. Oh, I saw them at the cafe. They was in Starbucks. See, that's all it takes. Somebody start a rumor.
Right, that is true.
Because people gossip. And then too, you might be hanging with a coworker. You may not even know the man gay. You may not even have gay tendencies. And then people start talking. Like I said, you two could go have lunch, go work out at the gym. Next thing you know, somebody whispering and hitting, and then you looking crazy. Like, what the hell y'all, skinning and grinning about? Oh, don't you know? No, what? Dude gay. No, I ain't know he was gay. Everybody knows. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody don't know everybody's business. Or, their preferences. Very interesting. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just know that
Listen at this.
Summer is missing, and you got pandemonium going on. You got people just showing up and showing out.
Pandemonium.
You got, people talking about,
pandemonium.
It's full on pandemonium, and the whole time you're thinking, where's this child? Like, where's this girl at?
I ain't heard nobody use this word pandemonium. You make it sound like it's the last days. We got the pandemonium.
It is. I'm like, what? I don't not understand. Like me, I'm sitting back like, I don't understand.
Listen, the Sermon on the Mount says, get it while you can. That's what they was doing. They was getting it while it was good in 2020.
I mean, they acting like it's the Krispy Kreme red light on.
Ooh, red light special. I'm dead, Satan. I'm dead.
I'm like, wait a minute. It makes you just wait a minute. Like, wait. Like, what's really going on? Why is this the way it is?
I don't
know.
This is just some sad. That holler. When I named it Hollerville, it is the perfect name for this group of people. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yeah. It is absolutely Hollerville. I mean, gone wild. Damn. Man.
Can we still just put it out there that they not from Tennessee, though?
So what, honey?
Can we just put it out there that they are not from Tennessee? They're not Tennesseans.
You said, wait a minute, don't you lump them into us? But you've been here 10 years, you considered a pilgrim. So they've been here 10 years, so they're considered Tennesseans. Everybody know that. You've been anywhere 10 years, you're considered part of that state, city. So they're Tennesseans. They're some nasty Tennesseans, that's all. They don't know how to be quiet.
No, that's been voided. They're not Tennessee.
So
they're Southerners, but that's it.
Here. Is it possible that Don likes a little ding ding?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Don, Don got that old slow drawl. Damn, I'm dead. All these folks need to just go lay down somewhere. Don't get back up. You hear me? Do not get back up. Just lay all the way down. Please don't move. Be still. Damn. So we don't really know the reason for them coming here. We don't know how long they were staying at the house when Don showed up. That's a question that Chris should have asked. How long were they staying there? Why did they leave? And why did they leave Jose behind? Where was Jose staying when everybody left? Because remember, he said he was there, Andrew, that night when the shit went down. And I find that very funny that I'm saying that was never mentioned, that H's father was there that night. So is that really true? Because I've never heard that.
I've never heard it.
That's an interesting spin on the story. So if he was there, then the rest of the pilgrims that came down were there.
But nobody knows how many pilgrims came down.
Okay, but the point is, where was everybody at and doing while these two and all these people were tussling and pushing one another? Don pushing Candace, Grandis. Okay, where were all these people to allow all this pushing and shoving going on? See? Stay woke.
I don't know. It's just one of them things where you just like, I don't know. Like I don't know where people were
Divine
at.
Kate
I don't
said,
know.
Andrew Pimp, maybe wanna be ghetto pimp. Okay. And who would he be pimping? Maybe that's where that prostitution comment came from, Mr. Fred. Ting. Hello?
Oh, I'm
Somebody
just
said
sitting
the
here shaking
shit.
my head.
I know you shaking your head. Somebody, Divine says, pimping himself. Well, see, you don't know what all them nasty folks were doing together. That's the whole point. We don't know if they all were changing partners when they came down here. Everybody is open to being liking same sex, opposite sex. So who's to say they all didn't have a big ass orgy? Because now that we're finding out he's bisexual, Candy and Allie, I don't really know what they're into. It's just strange. That's the best way I can put it. It's just strange to me. And naturally, he's not going to tell the truth, Andrew, that all of them was icky, licky on each other. Somebody said, ooh, queen. I'm sorry, baby. Uh-oh, Fred comes over. I got the goat. Gigi, go to bed. Oh, Lord. Okay, Mojo says the rental house fell through. Did it work out and are to find a motel due to Bristol Speedway? NASCAR was in town. Very good point, Mojo, because that's the only way I can see the hotels being booked up. Great point that the NASCAR was in town. That's the only time that rooms will be booked up to capacity.
Again, during the pandemic?
Yeah, you're right. That would have been the fall of the pandemic because we shut everything down in Tennessee in March of 2020. But people started coming out more in the summer months. They did lift up the stores and stuff in that summer.
They did
So
around
in the fall. So I know I was out shopping and stuff fall of 2020.
But see, I can't remember if NASCAR was open yet or not.
Somebody says if they have those tendencies, it's probably true. Yeah, but you got to remember, Rogersville and Bristol are not right there smack close together. So there would have been some hotels in that general area.
Also, during NASCAR season, people also get rooms here where I'm at in Hamlin County and drive to the track.
Well, that's why I'm trying to say there still should have been somewhere to get a hotel in small Rogersville in the fall. Everybody put their money in a pot. Okay, now Sandra is saying he said it was because of NASCAR. Well, I hadn't heard that. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, during NASCAR, people get rooms. They even get rooms all the way to Jefferson County.
Well,
from Jefferson County all the way to.
But that's going to be the question: was NASCAR actually in operation?
I don't know, and I don't think that they were open at full capacity at the time.
The pandemic, sweetheart, 2020 was the pandemic. We shut everything down in March of 2020. That's October 20th. That's months later. That's why COVID has the name 19, because it was founded in December of 19, no later than November of 19. We went into 2020, into the start of the pandemic. So by October 2020, things were open in Tennessee, in this area.
Even football games wasn't at full capacity yet, I don't believe.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a matter of, was NASCAR running in 2020? I don't think it really matters, because this is why I don't like getting into all that shit. All that, was this open, that closed, where's the milk, the pillow? Because see, I ain't about to be sitting up here banging my head about no NASCAR, milk cartons, pillows, because the whole point is, do you believe the people that's talking? That's the point.
It's hard to believe them whenever
that's what I'm saying.
That's everything but.
Yeah, okay, and that's why I said, don't bang your head about those little discrepancies that nobody wants to just come out and just say. Because in the end, we never really got the gist of the story pertaining to who came where, why they stayed there, how long they stayed there, how many people stayed there. Where did all the people sleep? Let's go there. We're going to chop it up. Where did everybody sleep? the 15 people, 12 people, 10, however many it was, where did they sleep? Because we saw what the house looked like at the Chris McDonough interview. Where the fuck did everybody sleep? I'll wait.
The shed, the bus, the other shed, and the other shed.
Because let's just say, before Dawn got back, she could let 2 of her babies sleep in the bed with her. That'd be the youngest one. The youngest son and Summer. So that leaves 2 boys to sleep in their own bunk beds upstairs. So that would leave 2 beds free upstairs. What's 2 beds going to do versus all those people? And a mattress on the floor that was Summer's in the other room. Grannis has a big bed in her camper. Okay, Phoebe. Jesus. Okay. All Rand says on top of each other. Apparently Jose was staying with grandma. Well, if he slept with Candy, he had to sleep with Candy in Candy's bed. So what I want to know is, how did he have sex with Candy while Allie was there? You understand what I'm saying? If Allie was staying there for however long with Jose, since that's supposed to be the date, how did he end up screwing Candy? See, this makes no fucking sense. Unless this was all consensual intertwining of changing partners. Oh my God, Gigi. Tennessee Twister at the Wells. I'm dead. Oh, Lord have mercy. Do you think they all were changing partners, T?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Something was going down.
Okay.
And I don't really think that.
Stop it, Pisces.
That's the real reason why Allie and Candace quit talking. I really don't think it had anything to do with Jose.
You don't think what had to do with Jose?
Candace and Allie not talking anymore. And honestly, they had a spat. Because if you have a real problem, you really wouldn't be on my social media or anything. Okay. And my son would not.
What are you trying to? So I don't understand where you're going with this.
I honestly don't think it was about Jose. I think it was about something else.
Like what?
And they just saying Jose, because Jose ain't here to say yeah, or no.
Yeah, because I'm trying to understand how this man came down here, hooked up with his friend's baby mama, and then Candace somehow got hooked up with them, and now people want to throw Grandis in there. You don't have no proof that he hooked up with Grandis. Just because she gave him a ride home, she's the one with the car. As you see, Candace drives her car, so that is her vehicle. So maybe he paid her to take him over to North Carolina or wherever. Mm-hmm. That don't mean somebody screwed him just because he got a ride.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what's the real reason, but I really don't understand why they would get into an argument and not talk to each other over community dick. I really don't.
Gigi, I don't understand your comment. I think it was planned and they stayed away from each other. Who stayed away from whom? I don't understand your comment. Somebody saying money or drugs. Well,
I think it's money.
You're conditioning them to be hood rats. That's what you're conditioning the kids to be. Street people. And you're going to have them all jacked up because there's no telling what the Wells kids saw and what Allie's children have seen with all these people kissing, licking on each other, and drinking and getting turned up and falling out and people fighting with each other. It's not a great environment for kids. It's not a great environment for grown-ups. I wouldn't want to be in somebody's house and people, doing all this old salacious ass stuff and talking crazy and getting turned up, and drunk, falling down. I want to be around people that act stupid when they drink. That's not my type of hype. It's not my type of hype at all.
I don't think, I agree. The kids did not need to see it regardless. And I think they might have been seeing it a lot to the point where they actually got used to it.
Well, Monica,
and it was not a big deal.
That's Don's version. So we know that Don lies. And that doesn't make any sense. about the drugs. Dudley says that was, I believe, before he got fired. So that's right before Summer went missing. Why would Jose be back here on the property with people and they were tussling and arguing the year before? That makes no sense.
Right. Dudley said that Jose never left.
Okay,
and
but that still doesn't make any sense. These people had a fight almost 9 months before the girl goes missing. Why would he be on the property at any point thereafter? And they all had an altercation and it's in a police report. Why would I be up there on the night that we all had a fight almost a year before? You see what I'm saying? Why would I be up there, period?
It wouldn't make any sense at all. It really don't.
Even drugs, staying in Grandis camper, all that. That makes no logical sense. That I will be back on that property when the last time I allegedly was there was a physical altercation with Don and his wife and her mother. That don't make no sense. Somebody said Dudley lying like a rug for free dinner. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because his face was all up in that plate of food. Quit playing. Now, if I didn't know better, he was eating like he just got out of jail. Allie and Candace are hermaphrodites. Lisa, please stop. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Well, I'm 2 hours in.
All right. I'm going to step down and go to bed myself.
Okay. Thank you so much for commenting.
Thank you. And thank you for having me on panel.
Anytime. Love you, honey.
Love you too. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you, baby. Bye-bye. Well, that's set information. That's one of my mods giving her commentary. Like I said before, with this storyline, with Andrew talking and divulging such personal information, I just have a problem with him talking. And like I said, you're entitled to partner with YouTube if you can. Say what you want on your channel, but you can't say you're fighting for your friend Jose and your son when you doused him with gasoline, saying that he lied about his commentary to Chris McDonough. I have a problem with that. I also have a problem with him putting his family on blast to their sexual preferences. I don't think that's his place to be telling the public that. It's nobody's business. And in the end, how's that helping your son? You say you're coming forward to talk about your son and your friend. Well, what are your sexual preferences and your family's sexual preferences have to do with Jose and your son? Those two people shouldn't even be in the same sentence with you being gay, bisexual, your mama gay, daddy gay, your brother's man tried to holler at you. What the fuck that's got to do with your son? So this shows me you don't care about yourself. You don't have no respect for yourself. Because I wouldn't even be talking about things like that, knowing in one breath I'm talking about, oh, I'm a right fighter for my son. I want to get the truth out about what happened. You ain't told us the truth about nothing because basically you told us your son's a liar. And that Jose ain't involved. He's in the Philippines. He ain't gay. But this don't sound like right fighting to me. And I'm just going to say it. This sounds like a person just thirsty, taking advantage of the situation that their son's name's been mentioned in a murder mystery, perhaps, and you're feeding off of Summer Wells and also Boy H. That's how I look at it. And the people rallying for you, they're just as gullible and bobbleheaded as well. Because really, they don't know you. I don't think they know you that well. Because I'm not getting ready to vouch for nobody that talks like this on a public platform. I don't care if it is their channel. I think there's a way of bringing forth information without being so salacious. And the commentary you gave, making derogatory comments about screwing men and bending them over. What type of talk is that in the same sentence of, oh, I care about my kids. Same sentence of talking about kittens and all that. Man, miss me with all that.
Anybody else seen it?
No, Andrew, Doug is offering you $300 to come on panel, is what was said.
I'm worth way more than that. I used to be a hoe, bitch. I'm worth way more than $300. I don't have over 300 bodies under my belt for no reason.
And I just
so he said that.
Anybody who's
okay, so he did say that he was a hoe. Hold on. Wait a minute.
You can't have...
Yeah, Ernie isn't law enforcement, to my knowledge.
Oh, damn, I was hoping I could bang a cop.
Prismo says I got your number on the wall.
Okay.
The lady in the video asking him the questions are the.
Hold on.
I'm not here for the views, and I'm not here for the money.
Oh, by the way, you can write your check out to Ion Entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
there's more important things than freaking money, folks.
Yeah, like, innocent children. Andrew Doug is offer. Oh, I was reading that. Aw.
I think I missed it.
Damn, can I do it
Hold on.
without anybody else seeing it?
No, Andrew Doug is offering you $300 to come on panel, is what was said.
I'm worth way more than that. I used to be a hoe, bitch. I'm worth way more than $300. I don't have over 300 bodies under my belt for no reason.
And I just want to say, anybody who's...
There, you heard it right there, 1 minute marker. This is AB's video. What does Candace Bly have in common with a 15-year-old boy? Here, Andrew Hills tell you that he was offered $300 to come on, I guess, I'm No Thanks panel. And he says, I'm worth more than $300. I used to be a hoe. And I've got 300 under my belt. Wow. So I'm glad I heard that myself this time. Who says that about themselves? I thought maybe he meant in reference, he's just a harsh man. But I didn't hear it for myself. That's why it's always best to go to the head knocker yourself and listen to the commentary versus people repeating it back to you. That way you can hear it for yourself. So here you hear it in this commentary that he says, I used to be a hoe, so I'm worth more than $300. And you're the same person that's taking care of children and saying that you care about your son and your friend Jose's image, but yet you don't care about your own image. Okay. Wow. And it's not to say that a person can't change their life. Let me make that clear in this commentary. Perhaps he's a reformed hoe.
Getting timed out, and you didn't do anything. Apologies in advance, because we are fairly certain that there's going to be an influx of people coming in here to troll. So
yeah, Ernie just left his live, so
no.
It's funny you bring that up, but something tells me that this guy would get on just fine in prison. He'd probably live to be a ripe old age.
Okay, Monica.
Here's for Predator Hunter Nation. I seen something about them earlier. Now, I'm not too sure about them, but they covering a lot about Ernie. And it kind of got me leery against them. Yeah, but no, that's Stacy's mom and Jesse's girl. Silky Moon. Sorry, I'm mixing up 80 songs, guys.
Oh, don't talk to them. Do not bow down to them.
Yeah, but I'm saying Predator.
So he served 4 months. So between say 2014 and 2019, he had 300 bodies. So he was a sex worker, but probably only the really high end caliber type. I imagine. Those types.
Stop it, AB. Oh man.
You're a hooker, dude. You're hooking yourself out, pimping yourself out. So what is wrong with that scenario, I guess? Well, let's continue on listening.
Predators of Predator Hunter. Now, I seen a lot of things earlier when I was looking up Ernie, and I mean, I'm not really sure what to think about Predators of Predator, in all honesty. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
So if he's got 300, if he's procuring himself and he's got 300 bodies, that's a clientele. You can make some good money out of that. So where's all your money? If you were, you claim to be good, you would think that you would have return customers in a long list of big black book.
I can't believe I'm listening to this.
I think he booted himself. He'll be back. Did you hear him say predators of Predator? What a weirdo. He might have worked in the red light district walking the track. Yeah, TZ, it sounded pretty serious. He's saying that he's worth way more than $300. And he used to be a hoe.
Wow. Somebody's parent.
Hey, Kim in Dallas.
I'm dumbfounded at this point.
Who in here watches him? Hey, Carlos. You back?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
Let me say this in this commentary while I got 2 hours and 20 minutes. Monica, that comment about the Jose situation, because I don't want to keep talking about that, dwelling on whatever the hell happened up there at that house. My understanding is Jose was already at the house when Don got there. So when Dudley spun that story, I thought he was making it seem like this happened days before, because he said that. He said, oh, this was on a Thursday or Friday before I got fired. That's what he said when he was at that table eating. So he's making it seem like, oh, he was at the house before Summer went missing. So I'm off that subject. Back to this commentary here. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting motherfucker. And I'm going to say that. And I was leery about doing this live tonight because of all these people coming out rallying for him. But in the end, it doesn't matter because you can rally for whoever you want to. And people are going to have something to say about everybody. But I'm going to tell you, don't put my fucking name in your video because I'll flag you. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. Do not put Everyday Shenanigans in the title of your video because I made sure not to put nothing about his name in mine tonight because I don't want to keep talking about this nasty ass person. Because the fact that I sat here and listened to it for myself without he said, she said, he's disrespectful to himself because you ought to have enough respect for yourself not to even identify yourself as a hoe. Okay? Now, how you label yourself is your business. But to label yourself a hoe is ignorant. And that's street people's talk. Street slang. But that is how I guess a hoe would describe themselves. A hoe is a hoe. Very sickening. And the fact that you are somebody's parent, you have living children, is even more despicable. Why would you even discuss yourself in that manner while you are a parent of some children? And you're also going live in your said house or apartment in earshot of your kitty cats and your children and your wife and whoever else is inside that domain. So it's very disturbing to me that you don't have respect for yourself. You don't have respect for your children. You don't have respect for your so-called friend Jose or boy H. So to sit up here and use that as an excuse and use your platform to say, this is why you came forward is bullshit and you know it. What type of human being would ever sit up here and talk about themselves in that way with living children? There's a better way of describing your deviances that you exacted at a past life. Yes, he doesn't care. So one could believe that possibly you're living the same life because of the language that you used. All you had to do was say, yes, I work the streets. I prefer to have more money to do the interview. There's a way of talking. You don't care about yourself. And I think this information is more damning than talking about Boy H being a liar. Because now you're talking about your own character and you don't have no love for yourself. You see, self-love is first. Self-preservation is first. We teach people how to treat us. We teach people how to talk to us. So if you will call yourself a hoe on your own live, you surely don't mind somebody else calling you a hoe. You're jacked up. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Because you have children. So I'm really going to say it. Now, if you were somebody that didn't have no damn kids, it wouldn't bother me in the least. Because I'd just be like, well, that's just an ignorant motherfucker that don't care nothing about their damn self. But the fact that you had children in the background talking to kids while filming live, I have a problem with that. I have a real problem with that. And you set yourself up for failure with your kids talking like that, and also outside participants who are going to watch the live, such as people like CPS law enforcement. Because what a CPS worker would say, well, how the hell I know he ain't still hoeing? Stay woke. So you're not very bright for somebody that's worked the streets. You worked the streets, but you didn't get no common sense while you was in the game or while you were in the life. And one thing we've learned about street life is that you keep your mouth closed. You know about the no snitch rule, don't you, Andrew? Obviously you don't. Because you are a walkie-talkie. And the fact that these people are sitting up here aiding you is another thing that's baffling. You people sitting up on this panel listening at this white man talk about hoeing, bending people over the fucking a cop, excuse my language. Yeah, I'm going to get nasty and greedy because he did. And you are sitting there saying, that's my friend. They're bashing him. Oh, we know him. Come again. This is what you're rallying for? This is what you're rallying for? My friend? He's a nice guy. They're wrong what they're saying about him. No, he's wrong. Like I said, I don't give a damn about this man. Because right now, you know what he's looking like to me? A trick bitch. A trick bitch. Somebody that sits up and talk a bunch of bullshit about nothing. Because really ain't nobody interested in that shit you talking about. If you want to get down and gritty, why don't you go holler at that guy that's got the documentaries on YouTube where he talks to people who are prostitutes and ex-prostitutes, drug addicts, and see if he'll pay you for your interview. What is it? Soft white belly, under white belly, something like that. You can look it up in the queue. It's a white man out of LA that does interviews with people who work the street. Maybe that's who you should call. That's who you should call. But this YouTube thing, in the same breath of talking about Boy H and rallying for your friend Jose, hell no. With friends like you, who needs enemies? I wouldn't want you rallying for me as a child, and I wouldn't want you rallying for me as a friend. Well, there's no such thing as an interview in private, sweetheart, because they wouldn't do nothing but air it on their channel, so it wouldn't be private. You a piece of work. You're nasty. Just like T said, I dare not talk about my own mother on a public platform. And for you to put your parents on blast as homosexuals, put your brother on blast as a homosexual, you came out telling everybody you're a bisexual. Then you've made nasty references to having sex with men on your live. You don't care about anybody. You don't care about your damn self. So you and these cronies that's following in behind you got a lot of nerve to sit up and talk about somebody's bashing you. You've given people a reason to bash you and say nasty things about you because you put yourself on blast because you don't have any self-love. You don't care about yourself. And that is your prerogative. But don't use your boy H as a piggyback for 5 minutes of donations and YouTube partnership, because that's what you're doing. You're using your son. And for you to even put Summer Wells' name in your mouth is atrocious. Did anybody know her before she went missing? We wasn't supposed to know her. The point is, what do you know about Summer Wells? So I look forward to hearing your content on what you know about Summer Wells. I'll be waiting. And I'll be sure to get a bag of popcorn and sit right up front for that nice tribute that you're going to give the public about Summer Wells, since we didn't know her before she went missing. Let me tell y'all something. We've wasted a lot of time the past month on these bottom feeders coming out running around with bullhorns and microphones and walking around like chickens with their heads cut off. All these new neighbors coming out, ex-co-workers. Everybody got something to say about Donna Wells, Candace, but not a fucking thing about Summer Wells. So I tell you what, best thing, man, we give these folks a break because they're not talking about nothing. They're not talking about nothing but foolishness and ghetto ratchet street talk. I can go to the street and get this. I ain't got to turn on YouTube to get it. I can go to the, look, I can go to the cut and get this nasty, filthy talk. How in the world did it get to this? And then you people, you nasty rats, wet ass rats, got the nerve to say somebody's bashing him. Somebody's bashing him. Wow. And this is what you're rallying for. Or as we say in the street, ride or die. This is who you're going to ride or die for, your friend. Y'all keep y'all stinking ass friendship. Because this queen ain't interested in none of that gutter trash that was just played. It's foolishness and it's ignorant behavior of an adult male. And you all rallying for him are just as ignorant, because there's no way I would fraternize with anybody that talks like that. I heard a woman talking that same filthy talk last night when I went out to the lounge. And what she didn't understand was, you're 50 years old at least, 50 plus, talking filthy mouth talk, just like what he was talking, like a street person, street worker. And I don't rock like that. And I nodded my head, but little did she know, I don't have no respect for her. Of course, I never have, because I've seen her in motion many years ago. And she's a street person. See, I ain't got to tell you what I really think about you. What you do is you nod your head and you keep it moving. And that's what I'm getting ready to do with Andrew Hiltz. Nod my head and keep it moving. Thank you for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $BigAndrew129 Cash App. Thank you all for joining me this early morning. I advise many of you to keep it moving. This is not worth indulging in this commentary. Any more commentary from this jackass's channel. And let's keep our focus on information pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells and getting information, true information pertaining to her, and praying that law enforcement will bring us something. Evidence has come back from the lab and devices pertaining to the disappearance of the child, that all parties that are involved in the disappearance of the child will get justice. This other buffoonery, these other clout chasing channels, goofy ass people, wannabe people that want attention, throw them in a garbage can and put the lid on the top. You all have a safe morning and a wonderful week. Countdown to the Queen's birthday on Saturday. She turns 51. God is good. Amen. Amen. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.